Hello, everyone, and my microphone isn't on. Hang on. Yes, it is. It is working. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Call It Crits. I'm Phil, the Dungeon Master, and these are the wonderful players. Sound off, guys, just so I know that I'm doing a sound test first. So have a speak for me. Oh, okay, that isn't working. Why aren't you working? Right, hang on a second. I don't know why. I actually tested this today, and it's yeah, that's weird. Why that isn't working? Say something else.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, there we go.
Hello.
That's
Six
better.
sizzling
That's
sausages
much better.
sizzled silently.
So, yeah, I've just had to. I don't know what happened there, but I just adjusted it so that so you guys can be heard. For some reason, whenever I log into Discord, bleh, stuff happens. But we're here and we're calling it crits for the day. I'm playing some Dungeons and Dragons. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to do where last we left off, and we will, yeah, we'll jump straight into this. So, mainly for the benefit of anyone that might be watching, and for Andy, who is back with us after a couple of weeks. Welcome back, Andy. It's good to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah, in the previous session, you guys had entered into you were investigating these gems that you'd found, but with this traveling merchant on the road, and you had basically tracked them down, and your missing party member, Ayla, who was kidnapped along with the gems that were taken, to one of the Infernals underground lairs, which was in an elevator shaft at the back of a shop known as Opal Hearts, which is a gem shop in town. You entered him through here, and you managed to rescue. I say rescue Ayla. He'd rescued himself by breaking free of his bonds and snapping the guard's neck and fighting his way out of his. Although what he would have done after he'd actually got out of there is another matter. But you know, we don't have to find out now because you guys came in. You fired elephants around the place. You killed the leader Bowzan, and you managed to get in there and rescue. There was a previous acquaintance of yours. I say acquaintance, Pannon, who was also kept prisoner, and he had been prisoner there since you'd actually met him last. So when he went missing out on that bridge that day, yeah, that's where he'd been there since, pretty much since then. So you guys sort of followed a few clues, and you managed to find that there was something dark, evil, and hot, I guess we could say, burning down at the bottom in like a cavern further down. And when you went to investigate, you found that there was a Baelor by the name of Aroth that you'd found out from these tapestries because Mulrin knows how to speak in Abyssal, which is great. And yeah, you managed to sort of sneak past him until he managed to spot Raljin and Garroth on their way. You continued and pressed on regardless. You grabbed as many of the gems as you could after receiving a message from Bronwyn to say that the Infernals were back on their way. And then Korvax decided he was going to try and distract the Baelor by swinging the head of one of the Infernals around. It worked to an extent. However, when he used his hat of disguise and transformed himself into the woman that Korvax perceives as his mother and blames the Baelor's Infernals for taking her away from him, the Baelor responded with, "She belongs to me because she gave herself to me." And we're going to jump straight back in there with this conversation. So as we're moving and you guys are sort of pushing through, I'll put my screen on actually.
Phil, we actually need the map as well. Uh, uh, Kovacs.
Um,
I believe Morin wanted to cast suggestion.
Yeah.
that was said, and he has been packed there
Yeah.
since the last beginning of the last session.
No, can't notice anything. Yeah, yeah. It's really obvious.
He's very good. Is that COVID? Sounds like you got the Rona.
Right, I'm going to disconnect for a second. I should be back in a second. Bye. Right, can you hear me? And is
Yes.
it a lot better?
Yes.
I'm good.
Yep, all right, good. So,
And I think we lost you again. So yeah, Morin wanted to use suggestion to make Korvax sheath his bow, his crossbow, essentially.
It was drop your weapons, I think he said.
Someone
Yeah.
suggested, yeah.
yes. Do you want me to do? You want me to do that? Because am I controlling him or is someone else? Right. Okay.
Five. Wisdom is not my strong suit. I really want to shoot him in the face.
No, that's
I failed.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 5. I'm gonna.
Oh, what's
look
going on
around
over here? Like, oh, come back.
confused.
We need to go. Like, this bag's like really heavy and hard to carry.
Right.
You saying something to you? Is it you?
Korvax, we cannot do this now.
Right, he's not worth it. Is he like telling you shit? Because like he's a big coward. Can't do crap, can you? Come on, face me, you little shit. No, didn't think so. Right, come on, Kovacs. I'll pick up your weapon for you, and I'll just pick up Kovacs along with the bag and just sort of huddle him along.
Really confused as to why I've just let go of my weapon.
I'm
I-
charging out of there.
Oh man, I really hope Jan's working on getting us out because we're about to get a bunch of Infernals through that door.
All right, who wants to kill? You go. Guys, I said I'm.
Gareth had picked me up.
I'm
I think he'd stuck me in the
pushing
papoose.
him along. No, I was waiting for him. I wouldn't leave the room without him, Phil. No, I said I'm picking up his weapon, and and I was mouthing off to the demon and saying he's weak and crap like that, and I was just sort of like going to take him and sort of edge him out. Right. Okay. It's not bad, more like sort of herd him out, sort of thing. Hand on shoulder, sort of guide him out.
I'm just very confused as to why I willingly threw down my weapon in front of something this big and nasty. It's really messing with my head.
Don't worry. I'll mouth off to the demon a bit more and say, like, maybe later when you get stronger.
How, how far away am I from him? I'm going to try and give Gareth the slip. I'm going to draw my. Actually, here's a question for you. So the suggestion lasts for up to 8 hours, and the instruction was drop your weapons. So that's just that weapon. It's not any other weapons, and it's not going to stop me doing anything else.
What? Sorry, we're getting us confused. Command is like a single word instruction. Yeah, which means you do it like a full sentence. So Morlin probably could have just said, drop your weapon, leave the room. Well, I didn't know what was said because I'm controlling Morlin, but I didn't actually say what he said. So, yes. I'll pick up the weapon and follow by.
Yeah. On the way out, I just want to pick up Korvax's crossbow.
Yeah.
I've already picked it up.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if it's mic problems, but
Okay.
yeah,
It did.
yeah.
I heard him
Yeah.
say it.
I'm going to draw 2 daggers, and I'm going to make a beeline for him. Yep.
I will try and grab Corvax.
Well, presumably I've got to get past everyone.
I'll try and block his path.
Ayla, that's the highest.
Oh, got it.
Hmm?
I've got an 8 or an 11. So 11 plus 3, 14.
Got
I
7.
did it. 7.
7 on his dice. Oh,
And I'm
turn
presuming.
around.
Should we
What's
carry him
going
out the
on?
room?
I was just going to say. So what's the marching order? I'm presumably at the front of the pack, and everybody else is behind me, and I'm being held. Yeah.
No, I said I was leading. I had his hand on his shoulder. I wouldn't try and stop him from running back.
So
Yeah.
So essentially, I'm being carried.
No.
There's not an awful lot I can do unless I'm willing to hit.
What's going on?
Can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can't hear anything. No.
Okay, yeah. Corvax, if you go in there, you're going to die.
No, he's not. I think he's weak.
Right, let's go. The bravest thing to do right now is to go.
It is? Oh, all right.
Okay. And yeah, just to iterate for me, sorry, how far away am I from the? I'm in the tower, aren't I? Okay. So in that case, I can see them entering, can't I? So I would like to focus as hard as I can, and I'd like to cast Major Image on the entrance. Are they all, has anyone actually gone in there yet, or are they all just entering? So I would like to cast Major Image on the doorway. So it can only appear in a 20-foot cube. But so I'd like to make it look like the door swings open and the really, really bright light is pouring out from there, like angelic light, with the accompaniment of like trumpet sounds. One second, let me just double check. 16. Well, it's not over yet. Not immediately. We'll think of something.
I'm back.
Keep going.
Just let it know.
Speed
I mean, I'm a
is the
little
priority.
curious why we're carrying Korvax out. I'm like, Korvax, are you alright?
I'm going to be casing both Raljin and Ayla and struggling against them because I really want to go back and shank the bastard.
Right.
I would like to say to Korvax in Goblin. I know a few of us speak Goblin. It's not supposed to be private. It's just supposed to be sort of personal. I say to him, if you go in there, you will die, and you will never get to give Dondon a proper burial.
I
That's not brilliant, but it's. Uh, 15.
I I rolled a 3 to do what I want to do. I drop both my daggers and I just cling to Raljin. That's including my poison dagger. It's on the floor.
Let's
I'll pick 'em up.
let's get you,
I'm gonna just be bawling.
let's get you out of here.
I'm confused, really. But let's go anyway. Let's let's just get a whole bunch of crap. We've got lots of gold, Corvax. We're gonna get our tattoos. Think about that. That'll make you happy.
I'm gonna reassure. I'm only saying this because I had the exact same sort of thought as Raul Jin, and I'd already committed to it in my mind. I'm gonna say to Carvax that we've all got things we've all got quests that we want to do and complete, and we've all got loved ones we need to avenge. We can't do that today. If we're gonna do any of these things, we need to leave now.
What,
And
did that little demon thing do something to your family? You
I'm
want me
just
to
gonna
jack
start.
his shit out?
Well,
And I'm
do
not.
you speak Goblin? Because if you don't speak Goblin, you have no idea
Oh,
what
yeah,
Ralgin
sorry,
said.
I'm just gonna sort of like. This is completely separate to the conversation you were just having. I'm just gonna sort of like, as I'm carrying you, I'm not stopping. By the way, I have no intention of stopping. I am thoroughly. Haste is the thing.
Morin also picks up Korvax's daggers.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yes, still focusing on the spell. I'd like the light to turn from like bright white to like real muddy yellow, like a real muddy yellow color. And the sound of the trumpets, I'd like to drop like half a tone so they become like discordant. So it sounds flat. Okay. I ignore him because I'm focusing very, very hard on getting the sounds to and the images to match up.
Is there anything flammable in the kind of not this area we're in, the office area that we first went through? Hmm. No, that's fine. As we walk through, I take one off the wall, just break it off if it's fixtured, or if it's more like on a holder, I will take one off. Yep. All right, I will hold it until we get to the elevator. Yeah, I realise I will probably have to make some kind of check to make sure that I don't drop it. Yeah. Okay. Constitution, you say? That is a straight 16. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what we need. Just getting the heck out of
No.
there.
I'll maybe keeping an eye on Kovacs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make the colours rapidly switch, going through the rainbow like spectrum, switching through that fairly quick, but like at a controlled pace, so you can see that they're not just like flashing, but changing.
I'm just going to try and give them a seizure.
Yeah, and all of the all of the other sounds to stop, and it just sound like a drum beat. It's like a war drum beat. Yes.
Are we thinking roof? I mean, it is the middle of the night. It might look a bit suspicious. Bunch of adventurers breaking out of a jewelry shop.
At the moment.
Sorry.
I vote for the quickest way, safest way. But I'm happy to do what the party wants.
Okay, as
I'm marching out. I'll probably go out the way we came in. What I'm thinking.
yeah, which was the roof.
All
Right, let's do the roof then.
All right, as the elevator starts to go up, I take the bowl of burning oil and I just throw it onto the ground as the elevator goes up. So not onto the elevator, but as we're leaving. All right, there you go. Start the building. Okay,
I will try to use my mushroom powers to contact Jan.
you mean the mushroom?
We don't have mushroom powers anymore, and also I don't think Jan has got mushroom powers, but I'll try it anyway. Jan, pick up!
Um,
Get
Sorry,
the hell out of there.
yeah, I have a question for Mulrin, because Mulrin's a smart guy. Is the elevator operated by counterweight? Gareth? Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Wait, hang on.
Gareth?
If I am right, breaking the counterweight should send the lift up. If the counterweight is currently down, then sorry, if the counterweight is currently up, then we need to get it down. Right.
Right, can I put my gold on the lift?
Yeah.
Shall I help him?
Okay, no pressure, Phil. So now the tension seems to be building up. So I want to try and make it into a crescendo and try and frighten them. So I want to cut all the light and all of the other sound for like a couple of seconds, and then no visuals, but I want to focus all of my attention on creating a sound, and I want to create the sound of like a sort of like multiple trumpets, and then like horses coming, like the sound of horses. So like a war rally, like that sort of thing.
Sounds like an 1980s game show.
That was great.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I am impressed.
Yeah, but if it is the spell broken now then? Right. But if
He could call him back if that's the way he felt.
Very obviously. So,
Does he need help?
gold, I'll climb up.
Do you need help?
I mean, I'm climbing a rope. I'm not sure how you can help me, Ayla, really.
No, when you get there, you need to pull. You need to pull, don't you? It'd be better
Yeah.
if two of us pulled.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll give you a hand.
Alright.
Yeah, you can roll with advantage if you want.
Well, yeah, I'll
Let Gareth roll.
Okay, so with advantage of 16 on dice. So add athletics. Yep, okay, then that is 24. Sounds like my daily workout. Go on.
I'm catatonic.
Sorry, yes. As we get to the first floor, I'm assuming that we're in the back of the shop where we cannot be seen by the shop front.
Yeah. No, all the lights have gone. It's just the sounds now.
Okay, I would like to draw my bow and keep it trained on the direction where the trumpets are coming from, ready to fire should anything come. Mike?
When, no, I don't think he's got any spells that really help here, so he'll just be conjuring snakes around his person. I don't know. I like yeah.
Oh dear me.
Yeah, that's hard, isn't it? Can I, because I'm quite concentrating quite hard on that, am I aware of that they've... Okay, I'd like to use my wand of fireball on the group.
Yes. Good call.
So can you just describe my view of what I can, how I can see them? Are they? Okay. Because he's still scared, I'm going to put it at the absolute base of the door. So try and get as many of them as possible, and to sort of, at the same time, maybe encourage his thoughts that something bad is coming from the doorway. Yeah.
I was going to say, question: would they have disadvantage because they're not necessarily expecting this? I mean, nobody.
Oh damn!
What's that? That's 28 total, and so half that would be 14. Yeah, I will drop concentration when I cast the spell because I can't do too much. At level 6. If you cast it as a level 6 spell, then you can you're no longer required to concentrate on it.
Concentration. Constitution saving throw. Is it a Constitution saving throw? Oh well, that's good because I've got +5 on that.
Oh wow, okay.
16.
Any relevant? Any skills? Any relevant skills? Right. Okay. 16. 16.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty good. 26. Yeah. Slightly arouses me. It slightly arouses me.
I'm quite disturbed that as I'm pulling this up, he seems to be getting aroused by pulling the elevator up.
I like the play. No play, no games.
No.
Okay. So is everything? I'm presuming that the positions and that haven't really changed very much. The positions of everybody haven't really changed, have they? Okay, so take a look at the wand and think, that was a rather measly blast that time, and maybe I forgot to charge it. So I'll put that back away in my pouch, and then I'd like to cast Fireball from one of my spell slots and see if it's any more effective. Level 3. Yeah. Rather coincidentally, that's 28 damage again. But I got 2 1s this time and 2 6s, which is a bit frustrating.
+5.
20.
Sorry? So mine's... What do we do then? Because mine's not as good. Mine's 15. So this is just Gareth rolling with advantage, is that correct?
Yeah. He's 23.
I will grab Korvac and jump off. Lynx will also jump off.
Oh, this is gonna piss me off.
The thing will have gotten lighter because 3 people have just gone off.
And a cat.
Right, I just say grab the gems.
Molrin will go back and grab the gems.
That's brilliant. He's not here.
I don't know what his strength is.
Load up his character sheet. I think it's +0. He's got 18 on dice. So 18 on dice, so it will be 18. I will just double check.
Okay, now that Korvac is safely not on the lift, I will help him. That's 20. That 20.
Right. Is the lift not locked in place at all or anything? Right, is Alar off as well? Is Alar off as well? Right, I'll tell Alar, right, you go. And I'll go into our range to hold on to the thing.
Sorry, Mike. Mike, we are all off the elevator now. There's no one left on it.
Alar is, apparently on that one.
No, he's not.
I'm with you.
There's nothing else on there, is there?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. So, I've used all my third level spell slots. So, I'd like to try with Minor Image to try and make the smoke look a bit. I want to try and make the smoke look like it's a small flock of birds.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm just nothing. I'm just distracted. So I've just come to the realization that my microphone wasn't recording. Never mind. I'm going to sweat a lot. Just say that again. It looks like the smoke comes out as a flock of birds. Okay, so the smoke thing is to rise and into the air, and it just as like a flock of birds fly up. I'm going to make them make an intelligence check. Nope, they fail. They hear it. It's a 3. They turn and they get up onto and they run into the building, following their leader. As that happens and you guys are out, I'm going to go ahead and take a break, an overdue break, because it's half an hour late. So we'll take a break there, and we'll come back shortly, and we'll find out what you guys are going to do next now that you're outside. It's not over yet, though. All right, see you all soon. Hello, anybody that's still watching the stream. I'm just going to click a few buttons to make sure that this works. So yeah, my issue was I'd forgot to put my voice mod microphone in here. So I'm going to do that now, and hopefully we won't have this issue again. Where am I? So audio inputs, voice mod. Okay. I can silence that one, and that should be working. I'm very sorry to anyone that's been watching and not been able to hear the Dungeon Master and been able to hear all the players. It's embarrassing. I will get the hang of this streaming malarkey eventually. Right, I'm going to go back to break. Hello everyone and welcome back to Call It Crits. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me this time, because I don't know what happened in the first half. I'd done all my checks and it didn't have that during my rehearsals. So I just need to make sure I double check and triple check all of my microphones in the future. But hopefully it's working now and we're all alright. And I do apologise to anyone that watches this and thinks what the hell is going on. Yeah. Anyway, right, we jump back in. So the party, you guys, have been making you escape from the Infernals den beneath the Opal Hearts store in Thistenhorn. You managed to get out, and you managed to sort of like grab hold of Korvax before he made a break for the Baelor, and you managed to subdue him by by basically reminding him about his dead dad. Yeah, you managed to sort of get out and set fire to the place and pull yourself up a very heavy elevator shaft with all the people there, but you managed to do it quite deftly. There were a few moments where you could have fallen to your deaths, but you managed to do it, having the strongest one at the top, or the strongest two at the top there, to pull you up. Backed up very expertly by Jan and his illusions, keeping the Infernals and their leader out of the building for enough time to let the party actually get out. And to be honest, yeah, that was a big boon for you guys. You've managed to get up onto the roof, and as you let go of the elevator, smoke begins to plume out, and as it begins to erupt from the elevator shaft, you notice how it suddenly turns into blackbirds, which then begin to fly off into the distance, and as they sort of hit a certain about 20 feet into the air, you guys, because you're quite close, notice that they begin to sort of almost like fade off into the darkness. Yeah, it's an interesting sight. So yeah, that happens. So you guys, now you're on top of the roof, and you've let go of it, and you kind of jump down, and you've got your bags, you collect up all your gems. Which way are you going? What's the plan, Stans?
Is there, aside from the winch which no longer works, is there any sort of roof access, any ladders or anything?
Not up here, no. There's no entrance down. The buildings are not attached either. There's about a 5-foot jump between buildings. Sorry, no, not 5 foot. A 10-foot jump between buildings. So there's like a little alleyway in between Opal Hearts and the next building, and in the opposite direction. There's no way into the building from the roof, from where you are.
The party heard me use the word for the crane to get the crane to operate.
Yes.
So that's potentially another route off if they remember that. I suppose it was only 45 minutes ago since we came down here, so.
No, it's a little bit longer than that. It's a little bit longer than that, because a lot had sort of happened. It's probably about an hour-ish, just over an hour, with everything that had happened, all the investigating that had gone on. Sorry?
I roll intelligence to remember that. Okay.
What did you get? You don't remember. You do see the crane that's there. It's still sort of like it's in an L-shaped position, hanging off sort of like over the roof, so it comes above your heads. So it would have to sort of turn to a 90-degree angle to hang over the streets, if that's what you wanted to do.
I would like to stealthily peek over the edge to see if it's actually safe to lower the crane.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Ooh. Hang on. Stealth. God, it's a dex roll. That's still not fantastic. 13.
13. Okay. Alright. They are way too distracted down there to notice you. They rolled a natural 1. I'm either rolling 1s or 20s today. I don't know what's going on. Why can't I roll those 20s when I'm Daedalon? Anyway, so yeah, they are way too distracted by what's going on. In fact, as you peek your head over the side, you actually notice the last one disappear into the building. and you can now actually begin to see there is some out of the door. Although it's actually quite smouldering and on fire, there is actually sort of extra smoke beginning to plume slightly out of the building. So they've just ran into a burning building. You can probably guess that the fire that you set may have something to do with that, and probably most in due part to the fact that Yana's, well, you don't know, but Yana's held 2 fireballs at it.
Okay, the coast is clear. Can we get the crane down?
What you notice, the crane, it's sort of like it's hung over the building at the moment, so it's not hanging over the side of the building. It's over the top of where you are. What you'd need to do is you'd need to push it. It's like a winch to push it to lever it over the, sort of like over the street level. So it's not over street level at the moment, but you could lever it so that it's over street level. It's like a big board, if you remember, because it was strong enough to actually carry a cart, a carriage up there. So you'd have to winch it there. Do you do that?
I guess I will, if no one else will.
Okay. You go on over to the crane winch, and you kind of push it, and you kind of have to lift it first, and then crank it around. It's a little difficult because it's slightly heavy, and it does have some assist in there with a mechanism, but it is actually meant for 2 people to push. But
You want me to help you?
Please!
I'll help you, yeah. Just ask. Just ask, we'll help.
And I'm just going to push you.
with both of you, and then all 3 of you, just kind of you push it, and it kind of then it's levered over the side. The boards that would carry the cart, the big board, kind of swings until it eventually kind of comes to a rest at level. And you notice there's some
What did it do, Phil?
It kind of
what noise did it
ding,
make?
ding, 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 like that. You notice there's some clamps that, when it's level, would allow it to sort of like fix onto a ramp, which would allow the cart to like wheel on safely onto the roof. You can faff around with that if you want. You can always just jump onto the thing and have it lower down. It's entirely up to you. As you do so, and as you're doing this, and you guys are all clambering onto that, Jan, we'll come round to you. Bronwyn kind of looks at you and says, "Okay, they're making their escape, but that I don't know how long they're going to stay in that building for. It doesn't look like it's going to hold for very much longer. You did a number on it. What are we doing? I'm leaving this to you, Wizard."
I think now would probably be a time for us to make our retreat.
Very well. Pannon, can you move? Are you okay? Pannon just kind of gets himself up. I'll just describe Pannon to you, Andy, because you were here when before. Pannon is dressed in essentially his undergarments, quite ragged. He stinks to high heaven, as if he's been sat in a he was kept prisoner for quite some time. He's quite emaciated, as he's not eaten, he's not been fed properly. He's got kind of scraggly black hair, similar length to yours actually, that kind of comes over his face. He looks quite weak. From what is Bronwyn kind of brings his arm under him and kind of lifts him up to carry him, and says, "Right, we're going back down these stairs. Let's get out of here. We'll meet them over there. I'm out of sending spell, so I can't tell them. We'll just have to keep a track on them. Let's go." So he's going to start leading you, sort of like down. Okay, I heard that through my thing. So yeah, he's going to lead you down the stairs, and by the end of your turn, you're kind of halfway down the clock tower stairs, making your way out. Okay, guys, your turn. We'll come back to the roof. There's no particular order, but what would you like to do?
Could we feasibly use this? And I show them the stone of elevation.
Not really. We're already up. We need to be going down now.
But doesn't it? Yeah, but it goes up, but it also goes down, doesn't it?
No.
No, it doesn't.
It only goes down when we stop the magic.
Yeah. It drops down.
Yeah.
Okay.
For another time, maybe.
Worth a consideration.
I will try to remember the word for crane that Korvac said.
Give me an intelligence check.
Phil,
Yes.
second at 20 of the night.
Sweet. You do remember the word. It's you don't know thieves' camp. So it's not something that comes to your tongue naturally. You just kind of thinking, oh, what was that? What did Korvac say? And eventually it comes to you, and it's not a perfect pronunciation of it, but you do eventually say the word. I can't remember what the word was now, but you do eventually say the word crane in thieves' camp. And as you do so, the crane and begins to lower down with you guys on it. Okay. By the end of this turn, you guys you make purchase on street level. Okay, as you get to the street level, you do notice in the distance, as you sort of like make purchase and land down there, you notice in the distance you see some of the town's guard approaching. They're quite a distance away. They're only lit. You can sort of see them coming, just like further down the streets. A few from one direction, a few from another direction, as they've been sort of like coming to the scene. Obviously, some of the townsfolk have gone and told the authorities about what's going on. So we've got a couple of turns before they get there, but they can obviously see what's going on from the distance. We'll say by the end of this turn, Jan, you get to the bottom and you sort of like jump down you sort of get down to street level and enter out onto the street. And you guys, you're now sort of like on the same street level. Bronwen, Jan, Pannon, and the rest of the party. You sort of like meet up to each other at street level. Which direction would you like to go? So you've got. I'll describe it to you because. I feel like I haven't done enough of that. You've kind of got a straight street. By the side of the clock tower, opposite Opal Hearts, there is another street, sort of like a T-junction that heads off. The direction it would head down would be back towards where the faux mimic was. The other two directions would head you. In one direction would head you further into the Noble District, and the other one would head further down towards sort of like the west side of the Noble District, towards where the racetracks and things are. So it's entirely up to you.
West.
Korvac.
Sorry?
I'm just staying with Korvac.
You're staying with Korvac, who is still quite silent at this point. So, Bronwyn, I mean, what did you say, Jan? You want to go west?
Yeah, okay. Actually, can I just try and meet up with everybody else?
You are now. You've got out onto the street, and everyone else is just there. You're a little bit of a distance, maybe like 5 or 10, no, about 10 or 15 feet away. But it won't take long for you to sort of like get together. You kind of both like ran down onto the street.
I misconstrued that. I thought they were at the other side of a different street. And
No,
I'll just reconvene with them. Then try and just keep head down. Don't get seen.
Okay. There's an orange glow on the street now as the fire is beginning to sort of like burn in the building, and the Infernals, from what you can see, haven't left the building yet. They're still in there. The guards the guards are still fast approaching on both sides.
Okay, we will duck off to... I guess we'll head back towards the hotel.
Yep, sounds good. Can have a bath.
Or does Bronwyn have somewhere with lots of guards? Does he have somewhere that with loads of guards that we could...
Oh, no, wait, he said he was taking Pannon back to the Regal Star place.
I did,
Should
but
we
then
go back?
I obviously had to stop because I saw them coming. I had to make sure I warned you, and I bumped into Jan, and then he started doing all of his illusion magic, which was very impressive. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm still here. Hi.
Oh,
I'm glad to see that you're all safe. We need to. I think we should get out of here. I mean, I could definitely speak to the authorities, but I suggest we leave this area as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Back to the hotel then.
Absolutely. Take Pannon, and he's going to hand Pannon off to you, Ralgin. And Pannon kind of puts his arm around you and kind of weakly kind of slumps on you, tries to get onto his own 2 feet. It's like, take him, get him healed up. I'm going to stay. I'm going to speak to the authorities. I'll clear this whole thing up, but you guys make sure you're not here. Not because of the guards, because of the Infernals. I don't imagine them coming out of there, but if they see you here from any vantage point, from anywhere they are, it won't be good.
Well,
at least I am in a position of power.
What about the Infernals? Are we gonna send some troops round to clear that den out?
No, I'm not sending anybody in there. I'm going to let that building burn to the ground, and then, if they're still in there, then hopefully they will burn with it. If they end up coming out, then we can do our lawful duty. But I'm not sending anybody into that death trap. Sorry, Gareth.
There's one real thing in there. It'll be no hassle for you dudes. One pathetically weak thing in there. But it's the only thing left alive.
Let's go.
The Balrog.
Are you talking about the Baelor that
yes.
Yeah.
You didn't fight it, did you, Gareth?
No, absolutely not. No.
Oh, good. Just some things are just better left unbattled.
Yeah.
Maybe for another time. Anyway, get out of here. I'll clear things up. And he kind of steps forward and kind of gets on his authoritarian figure and steps forward as the guards come sort of like running a little bit further on. But you guys can, as they're coming from the east and the west, you can either choose to go past them or you can choose to go on the T-junction. That'll take you down towards the area where the foe mimic and everything is.
Should we go get our tattoos?
It's the middle of the night.
You get a bath first. You get a bath before you have a tattoo.
But what's going to happen is, before that tattoo shop opens, we're going to get mugged and we won't get the tattoos.
Bronwyn grabs you, Ayla. He puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "Get the fuck out of here," and he pushes you.
All right, we're off.
I've always talking and walking, Phil.
Yeah, I'm talking and walking. Definitely.
You haven't said which direction you're going in, so I'm assuming that you. Okay, you're going back to the hotel, right? So you head down the northward T junction, and you're going to cut off and head back towards the three. Are you going back to the 3 horses? Or the 2 horses? Sorry. Okay, so sorry.
We've still got a room.
You do still have a room, absolutely. Hang on, let me come off my...
No, we don't have to leave the cat outside. We can just bring the gems in with us if it makes Ayla.
Gems are going to
yes,
my bedroom.
it would make me happy if we didn't have them stolen from us again. I need to up my skills because some people are going to leave us soon, and a tattoo is one way I can think of doing that.
Caw-caw!
Okay. You eventually make your way. I saw your message. Yes. For anyone that's interested, Korvac still looks like a female half-orc, a medium-sized female half-orc.
Right. We might want to sort that
then. Because of his transformation before, and he just hasn't dropped it. You eventually make your way through the town and get to the 3 horses. You enter in through the main building, and it's what time are we on now? Is it 4, 5, 6?
About 5.
About 5 or 6 in the morning, in between those hours. So it's still early, and some of you haven't slept from the night before, so exhaustion and things. So you head on up to your rooms. Ralgin, you have a room. Molrin has a room. Korvax and Garroth have a room. Ayla, you're the only one that doesn't actually have a room, and Yarn. Oh no, Yarn. Yarn will have a room. Yarn got a room as well. So
I thought I had one previously. I just chose to spend it in the thing guarding the gems.
no, because those rooms will have gone out. You had to get them a second time, so you haven't actually leased a room this time. But you could probably go in with someone else for now, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fine.
As you enter through, the clerks there is still accompanied by Garrick, Garin, who's one of the other Regal Star guy that you know, who's just. He's sort of stood there, and the guys. It seems to be telling him about all the things that happen in here and how it's normally quite calm. It's like it's things like this never happen. We come in. The worst thing that happens is that we have to we have a complaining customer because their creme brulee is burned or their salmon is undercooked. We don't normally have fights happen in our corridors. So it's
Hello.
just, and then he sees you walking. He goes, what did? He kind of takes a breath. And is like,
Possibly need a bath for me and my goblin friend, pointing towards the giant half-orc.
You can run your own bath, okay? I've had to spend my evening, the last 45 minutes of my evening, ordering a brand new door for some customers upstairs who I've had to give the room out for free. Now,
I've just hit my sack, put down, opening it a little bit, just revealing how much gold is in there, take out a handful
Gems.
of gold, and just start slamming it on the table.
So you just take out a handful of gems. It's not gold, gems. And
No.
slam-
We need them for tattoos.
And you just...
I thought there was gold in there as well, but okay, no gems. Having just shown him all the gems, and I'll pull out a handful of gold, copper, and silver, and I go, there you go.
Okay, just a handful, you say?
Yep.
A second. Let me get some of these and D10s. Okay, so 70. Okay, so just a handful. Your handful is you got 10 copper, 7 gold, and 9 silver. You just slam it down.
Slam it down. There you go. Hot bath now.
I mean, that's not going to cover the door.
Our friend did fix the door, and I did pay the couple for their room out of my own pocket. So you're welcome.
Yes, you did. That's fine. The door isn't completely fixed. It's holding at best. And Maureen just goes, I'm not a master craftsman, so I didn't have a lot of time. It's fine. It's fine. It's just when you come in here and you start breaking down doors just because you're looking for your friend. It begs belief.
Hang on one moment. Our vehicle and its contents got stolen from your premises. I don't think your security is up to scratch. So stop giving us a load of jip and aggro. Where's the compensation for the stuff we've had stolen from us on your premises? We've had to go and try and get that back.
He goes over to like the front desk, and he points to like a poster up on the wall that says, "All items and vehicles are left on the property at the user's own discretion." Says, if you will read the signs, you don't pay insurance for these things.
Who is this person, Phil?
He's the clerk. He's the guy. It's like he's the front desk.
He's
sort of like he's around about your size, a little bit shorter. He's a half elf where he's kind of got short, neatly combed, sort of like blondish hair that kind of comes down to his neck.
I'm just gonna give him a piercing, intimidating stare to say, "Shut up."
Because just go to your rooms. Don't give me any more bother. And he looks, and he kind of looks at Gareth as if he's trying to bring up some bravado, and says, "And No more breaking down doors, okay? I have spoken.
Gareth,
He's just squared off against me.
Gareth,
He looks like he's trying to bring up some bravado, but you can see he's also, just from passive insight, you can see that he's kind of quivering in his boots at it, but it's more of a he doesn't want to lose his job, so don't do it kind of thing.
Gareth, I think there's some shrubberies. I think there's some shrubberies, Gareth, that need watering.
No! Please
No,
do
no, no.
not
Like,
get my
I'm
family
I'm
back from
going.
this place.
I'm going to take his sign, which says about, safety on vehicles and stuff. I'm going to rip it off the wall, put it in front of him, snap it in half in front of him. I'm going into a rage to do this, and then I'm going to crouch down, look him dead in the eyes, and I'm going to say, I want a bubble bath.
Give me an intimidation roll.
Can I assist by glaring at him and just growling?
Just he's gonna have his strength anyway.
Do I get advantage on this?
Yeah, go on.
$24.
Okay. He kind of, as you go over and says, he kind of steps back and looks as the sign that you ripped off is like scattered onto the ground, and he kind of looks and kind of backs off, and he steps back and kind of puts his hand on the front desk as you're doing so, as if his life friend. Garin is looking at you very disapprovingly at the moment, probably the same looks that Raljin's giving you at the moment. He's actually drawn his sword at this point, and he just goes, Sylvia, and a small halfling woman just kind of comes around the corner and says, "Yes, Frederick." He says, "Just would you run this kind man a bath, please, and make sure it has extra bubbles and lavender, please." She says, "Very well," and says, "Right this way," and she just kind of toddles. Garin kind of slides his sword back into his thing as you guys follow Sylvia up the stairs, and Frederick just kind of straightens out his vest and says, and just walks behind his desk, just
Kovacs.
yeah.
Sorry, Kovacs, a moment, if you please.
I'm going to be very compliant. I'll go wherever. So
I will be dragging Korvax for a bubble bath.
No, Gareth, you get your bath. Kovacs will be there in a moment. I just need a quick word with him.
I'm going to bed.
Ale has got the right idea.
Well, if you think about it, my character's in need of a really good rest. Washing a
Definitely.
rest.
Yeah.
He's on his ass, to be honest with you. He needs proper rest.
Okay. Yeah, you're pulled aside by Raljin, Kovacs. Just to the side of the main stairwell before you head on up the stairs.
Kovacs, I'm sorry. I don't know what was said. I don't know what it did to you, and I can't imagine how you're feeling. What you're feeling is something easy. But as you said many times, this is your family, and we are here when you need us. Whatever that thing was trying to get you to do, I don't think. Look, just. I'm sorry if I upset you, and we're going to make sure that your father's remembered.
I'm going to look at Raljin, but it's going to be a bit unsettling because you're used to me being 4 foot tall, or 3 foot and a bit. And through this female orc's eyes, you hear a voice, Corvax's voice, that just says, "She was my mother," or as close as I ever had to one. He told me he has her soul.
Creatures like that, the stories we hear of them, they will say anything to get what they want, and it sounds like he was trying to goad you.
Oh, it was working. I let him get away with it.
You know, I know I can be a bit uptight, but you know I'm only looking out for you.
But Phil, how does illusions work? So if I reached up and just kind of patted Raljin on his thigh, would it be my hand that comes through the illusion, or would it?
No,
How would that work?
the hand that is obviously it's a longer arm, so the arm would come up, and it would sort of go past his hip, and it would just you'd feel the hand would sort of make purchase around about where the elbow is, just on the inner elbow, so it would kind of like your hand would be there, and the end of the hand would be just there. So it's a strange kind of thing.
I'm not thinking. It is what it is. I'll just said, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go with Garroth, and a bath sounds good. I need some sleep.
We'll get him home. We'll look into this. We'll, if you want to, but we'll get him home first.
I'll just nod.
And then I'll let him go.
Okay, you
Go with Garroth.
you enter through. Well, you follow up the stairs, and eventually you sort of go to the room that you and Gareth had rented, which is next door to Bronwyn's room, and you head on in. You notice that there's the room opposite the doors. It's completely off. The people that were in there have obviously been given another room, and the door's completely off. And there's like a workman there that's fixing it. He kind of gives a yawn, and as he kind of like screws, doing some adjustments on it. You enter in through the room, and Eli, you've gone to sleep. Jan, is there anything you're doing?
Can I try and study those books a bit more?
You can. It's quite early in the morning, and you won't have had a proper sleep at this point. Although you are half elven, actually, so you'll you will have had a proper sleep. So it's you can definitely do a little bit more studying. So give me another intelligence roll as you're checking through these books in your room. While I go back to my notes of what I said before.
So that's 16, so that's 25, 21 total.
21 total. Nice. Okay, hang on a second. I had it written down. It's not there. Making me go back through my notes. Okay, so The last time you'd looked through these notes, you'd been translating very simple goblin phrases and words to try and figure out what it said. This main phrase, which repeats itself a lot through the notes, and like on the diagram of the stone, there's lots of words that you just can't decipher. But you found in my mind's eye, the not pretty or not ugly or pretty is in the something, and that was kind of what you'd got before. You flick through and sort of like trying to make the translations, and it's not pretty. It's not it's not pretty. It's not ugly. It's beauty.
Beauty.
In my mind's eye, the beauty is the something. You study this a little bit more, and that last word, you can't find the word exactly, but it sort of comes round to like unlocked key. In my mind's eye, the beauty is the key. And that's what you've got so far. As you do scroll through the rest of the book, you find a location that comes up a lot. But it's a location that appears to move. So you were trying to think about how I can do this without giving too much information, because I've got the information here and I'm trying to say it because from what you've got. So the mind cave comes up a lot, and it appears to be something that moves, but not. It's like every half century, the location of this appears to change. Its last location, if I can get my map up, I won't be able to get it on here. But its last location was, and I'll be able to tell. I'll have to tell you rather than show you. In a place called Infinity Ridge was its last known location. This was just over 500 years ago that it was known to be here. So that's oh no, sorry, I do apologise. No, it's not Infinity Ridge.
Okay.
Sorry. It's I haven't got it written down on there. Hang on. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Notes and things matching up. The Emerald Peaks is where its last known location was.
Okay.
When you match that up to a map, you find that this is the Emerald Peaks is a mountain range just south of a place called Westera, or a town known as called Westera, which is the most western point or the most western town in Anera. So
I wrote down Westella.
Westera. But yeah, Westera it's the most western town in Anera, and it's in fact I want to be able to show you this on my map. So if I'll be able to share my screen, won't I? So if I go onto Discord and share my screen, there we are. I can do this. That's better. So can you see that?
Yep.
Yep. So you guys are currently here in Thisternhorn. So way up. So you guys are currently here in Thisternhorn. West Era is here, and these are the Emerald Peaks. just below it. That was the last known location of the item. But you can see that it's moved. Just give me one more intelligence check.
This one is 12.
Okay. It's harder to discern with that one. You know that with knowing that the Emerald Peaks was its last known location, and you know that it seems to move every half century. That was over 500 years ago, so it's likely to have moved from this location. But that's where your clues are going to be. You're having trouble discerning where it was before that. So it's you just know that it's not in the same location. You just can't translate the locations where they were, so you can't find links to a map to see if there's any patterns of movement, unfortunately. But yeah, you know that its last known location was here in the Emerald Peaks, just south of West Era.
Excellent. Can I just take that sentence again, Phil?
Yes. So in my mind's eye, the beauty is the key.
Thank you.
Okay. And its last known location was West Era. Or the Emerald Peaks, West Era. Okay. And if we forget any of the details tonight, you can always rewatch, which is awesome, when I upload it onto YouTube.
Are you missing?
Sorry?
Aren't you missing on the thing if we rewatch it?
Only for the first half. You should be able to hear me now. Or you better be able to hear me now.
Checked.
Yeah, good. Thank you. So, you spend your evening, and I'm assuming after you've done your research, you'll sleep. I'm guessing. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, excellent. So, we're all going to get some rest, and I'm going to say, because of this, because of what's happened, and because you desperately need a rest, I'm going to grant you get your full rest. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's approaching, like, it's gone midday by the time, by the time you eventually, most of you get your full rest. Garroth, you there?
I will have taken good care of Kovacs.
Yeah.
I will help him into the room. I can see he's a little bit upset or something.
Okay.
I'll maybe convince him to drop the whole half-orc thing. Because he needs to sort of so I can help him a little bit. Get him nice and sort of ready, like a little bed. I'll get him, tuck him in. I'll get a nice hot bath. I'll help him get ready for it. And then I'll pick him up and it'll be like a Chinese woman bathing a cat. If you've ever seen a video like that, it'll be like dunking.
I'm not going to fight it. I will go with this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help bathe Kovacs, just like basically dunking him in the water quite a lot. Eventually, get him up, and then I'll sort of tuck him in and wrap him up like a small child. I'll stick the bag of gold next to him so he feels safe with it. I'll go and have a bath in whatever water's left, and I will. I actually won't rest. I'll stay up. I'll watch.
You will have an additional point of exhaustion if you stay
Yeah.
up. So that'll be 2 points of exhaustion. And you won't heal up.
My figure is I'll actually, I will possibly, when they get up, I will go to sleep. So I'll just spend 8 hours of the day just sleeping.
Okay, fair enough. So, excuse me. Eventually, you all sleep and you... Sorry, what was that? No? Okay. So, eventually, you all sleep, or everyone but Gareth goes to sleep. Gareth, you watch over Kovacs during the rest of the morning, I guess it is. As the sun rises through the window, you sort of like keep watching as Kovacs sleeps, and there's the odd twitch as he's sleeping, as if there's a lot going on in that little green man, in that little green head, as he's sleeping. But he does conk out because he is exhausted. The rest of you do too. And morning comes, and then soon early afternoon comes, and you do eventually wake up. Gareth, you're staying awake, 2 points of exhaustion, but you are just sat watching. So, Korvax, you eventually wake up, and you see Gareth is watching, like his eyes is trying to keep them open as he's sort of like watching over you. You notice Korvax awaken. Is there anything you're doing?
Back up. That's good. Just in the chair, just go unconscious.
Okay, you fall asleep. Korvax and anyone else? Is there anywhere? The new day sort of comes, and I say the new day. It's early afternoon on this day now, so it's 1-2 in the morning. Not in the morning, in the afternoon.
I would probably have been up a little while since I don't need as long a rest.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yes, I would like to use. How much would it be to pay for breakfast for the party?
Depends. Do you want to get breakfast here, or do you want to get it somewhere else?
Probably. Okay, yeah, I'm a little. I'm actually a little short on cash. Probably just go down to like a bakery and just get sandwiches and stuff, and maybe some fresh meats, some warm meats, and just bring back a load of bacon sandwiches.
Okay. For that, no more than like 5 silver. Yeah. So you head on out and you sort of go to a bakery and some meats, and you sort of make some sandwiches up. And you bring them in.
That's including Pannon, because that guy's got to be starving.
He's asleep. He's completely crashed out in your room. On the sofa in your room. He's actually still asleep. When you wake up, and then when you go back, and go into the room.
I just kind of look at him and go, "What a dick."
Bless him. He's completely dead to the world, and even the smell of food doesn't arouse him, doesn't wake him up. It's around about time that everyone else would wake up. Are you delivering sandwiches to people, or what are you doing?
I use that the hotel sending stone phone call thing, and ask if a message can be sent to my friends, and I give all the names and the room numbers.
Okay.
And say that I've prepared breakfast.
The voice that greets you, that comes back is a much deeper and gruffer voice than any that you've heard before. You just hear, "All right, what's the rooms?"
When
you say the rooms.
Yeah, I say the room numbers. I say the names, and
Right.
then I say
Alright.
for them to come to my room.
Okay, I can do that. Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much. And you just hear the voice sort of go off. Everyone else, Korvax, there's a knock on your door.
I'll rush over quite quickly to make sure it doesn't wake Gareth. And I'll open it.
Okay.
You open the door. It's like there's a tall half orc stood there. He's kind of greyish skin. He's got a little bow tie on and like a smart jacket. He's wearing a wig, quite obvious wig. That comes around and sort of that curl, it makes him look real smart. His teeth have been completely filed down to give him such much more friendlier look to him. He's like, I've been told that you've had a wake-up call. It's the afternoon, as you've already seen. So this is your wake-up call. Raljin says, would you like to meet him in his room? Very well, I'm going over to the next room now. And he just sort of goes off, and as if it's almost like a recorded message that he just kind of says to you. And he goes off down to the next room. Jan, there's a knock on your room. Jan, this is your wake-up call, even though it's the afternoon. Raljin said that he has breakfast for you in his room. Would you like to meet him in his room?
I'll hurriedly get dressed and spray myself with cologne, yeah, and then go.
I'm going to the next room now, and he goes over. Hey lad, there's a knock on your door.
Am I fully rested and feeling fantastic, Phil?
I'll say you've had at this point you've had your full 8 hours. Even though you don't need 8 hours, you're an elf, you've had a full 8 hours rest.
Yeah, I think I was pretty tired, if I'm honest.
This is your wake-up call. Raljin said, would you like to go and meet him in his room for breakfast? The message has been delivered.
Yep, I will go, and I'll not leave anything valuable in the room. I'll have it all. I'll have everything on my person.
Very well. I'm going to the next
room. That's not what I've said to him.
He then goes over and does exactly the same thing at Morvin's room as well. Okay, you all eventually, everyone apart from Garroth, go and meet up.
I'm going to be staying with Gareth. I'll wait until I see Eli go by and just let him know that I'm staying with Gareth. Gareth's still sleeping.
Okay.
Garroth, roll me a D100.
100.
Yep. I don't know if you said a number or not then.
56.
56. Okay, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yep, you guys just sit in that room whilst Gareth is sleeping. Eventually, everyone convenes in Raljin's room, and Pannon is still fast asleep, even though there's noise sort of people coming in. He stays fast asleep on there. Elar, Molrin, Jan, you guys all enter the room, and Raljin has very kindly made up some sandwiches for everybody for breakfast. Yeah, it's nice.
I think maybe we shouldn't delay any further. Korvax has clearly been through a lot this past week. I'd like to give him something to help him find a bit of peace. The sooner we get done on a proper burial, a proper memorial, I think that'll help.
Mm-hmm.
Good talk, guys.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we also need to spend these gems before we have them stolen again.
I love it. Good talk, guys. I have these moments where I think, I can sit back and eat chocolate while you guys have a conversation.
I think we've said everything we need to say. I agree.
Gonna pick up like 3 or 4 sandwiches, and then I think I don't know Gareth's asleep, so I pick up like 4 more because it's Gareth, and then I just go. I'm just gonna deliver these to their room, and I go and do that.
So Elar and Jan, you're left in Raljin's room with Pannon fast asleep on the sofa,
And the cat sprawled out as well.
And the cat sprawled out. As Raljin closes the door to leave, Pannon begins to stare. Oh, he just kind of wakes up, opens his eyes like, I forgot what sleep was like. Proper sleep. He kind of, his eyes glaze and he kind of looks around the room and forgets that he's not on his own. And sees Alar and Yarn, you two there. Says, how long was I out? Silent types here.
About 8 hours, I imagine. I don't know. I was asleep too.
You've been asleep for about 8 hours, so yeah.
Eight,
Says
8 hours.
8 hours. I haven't
How
slept
do you
that
feel?
long. He just kind of looks and says, rested.
Do you feel like you can do any magic trick?
I don't know. I mean, I could try. He kind of,
Have you had a sandwich yet? There's a buffet cart coming round.
is there?
Yeah, Valjean's got sandwiches for everyone.
As you say that, the sandwiches are actually there on the table, just over, and he's going to give me a second.
Oh God! If I kill him because he chokes to death.
You what? Sorry.
I said if I kill him because he chokes to death.
He's going to choke to death. No, he's not going to choke to death. No. He's going to. I'm just going to make sure he's got
Eat
this.
a sandwich.
He's going to eat a sandwich.
Right.
He's
Do you
going.
feel
No,
like...
he's going to say. He holds out his hand and just goes, "Just pass me one of them, will you? Make a wisdom saving throw."
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, wisdom's not my strong point.
I know.
Okay. It's a 16, and I think I'm a minus. Yeah, so it's a 15.
15. So you do fail. So he just takes his hand and goes, "Just pass me one of them, will you?" And you just, as he says it, you go over to the sandwiches, you pick one of them up, and you just hand it to him. And he goes, "Thank you." And he begins eating, and they all stood there. You're like, "Why did I?" You don't really actually understand why you did that. Probably get get the drift that you just cast a suggestion spell on you, and you just completely It's like, you know,
No, that's good news. That's good news. His powers are back.
some things appear to be working. Then I've been out of it for so long. I guess I just needed a good rest.
Well, I was in there a lot less time than you, and I needed a rest. I can tell you, you must have been shattered because you've been in there for a long time. I was only there a short while.
Yeah.
And
I mean, how long exactly has it been? Because the last thing I remember, I was on that bridge, or the last time I saw you, and before I was incarcerated, we were on that bridge. We were meeting Dondon, and then she came back. You all went to the tavern. Then Serenity came over. She was she seemed nice, to be honest. She was approaching me, asking if we wanted to swap shifts. I didn't mind. I was okay with it, but I didn't particularly think that a young lady such as herself should be out by herself. I'm a gentleman at the end of the day. So when I insisted that we both wait together, that's when she turned, and she everything was a blank after that. I woke up, and I was chained to a wall, and well, I haven't slept properly since. I haven't eaten properly since, and I don't think I'm the same, really.
you've been in there months. It will take you some time to recover.
I'm just remembering something now from when we were down there. I mentioned Dondon, and Raljin said we'll talk about it later. Did something happen?
Yeah, I think probably best that Raljin, Korvax, and everyone update you on what happened.
No, I need to know. Did something happen to him? Please tell me.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's dead.
He kind of
And
he closes his eyes and he kind of slumps back down into his chair, and his whole demeanor kind of changes.
May I ask how you know Dondon?
I was a student of his. I think I briefly touched on this before. We fell out. About Raljin of all things.
Really? Why was that?
We I said some things that I shouldn't regarding him, regarding Raljin and his race.
I see. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, I remember hearing reference to that.
I was wrong. I made judgments before I knew a person, and
It's saved your life now.
I have so many regrets in my life, and I feel like I've only half begun to pay penance for that. And
I think we all have. I think we all have. We've all done things that we're not happy with, we're ashamed of. And I'm in that category too. But I've received forgiveness, so I'm sure you can too.
I think I'd have to do quite a lot to earn forgiveness for what I've done, but
Now's a good time to start.
he makes a nice sandwich, I'll give him that, and he takes another bite and just like complete, almost like it's small bites at first, but then it's just kind of like, do you know when you take that one bite out of a bacon sandwich and it's like, yeah, this isn't going to last long.
He's got good taste. He likes the finer things. Yeah.
He certainly does, and he looks around the room that you're in. It's like, yeah, I haven't stayed in a hotel this nice in quite some time. Since before I left home.
Yeah, me too. This is the finest hotel I've ever stayed in. Full stop. Apart from it keeps losing your luggage and your belongings. But apart from that, it's great.
Oh, really? Well, I haven't had luggage and belongings for quite some time, so I wouldn't know what it's like to lose them. He looks over at you, Jan. Oh, go on.
Actually, if we hadn't have lost that luggage, you'd still be in that cell.
That's a good point. I guess
so,
every cloud has a silver lining.
It's probably a good thing that our luggage got lost.
I like that. Silver linings.
Mm-hmm.
He looks over at you, Jan. Says, you studied at the university?
Yes.
What school? Actually, I'm not even going to ask. It's illusion, isn't it?
Well, yes, that's correct. Yes.
To be honest, I was only half present when I saw. But you've got some impressive magics up your sleeve. Yeah.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
If you don't mind me asking, the wand. Where did you get that? It's impressive.
I want to bluff him and say we just found it on some standard adventuring thing.
Okay, yeah. Give me
I know that we technically did, but I don't want to reveal any unnecessary details about things.
Okay, give me a deception check though.
That's 18 on the die.
18 on the die.
One sec.
So I'm guessing that's. I mean, to be honest, that's gonna. Yeah, he believes you.
I've got plus 8 in that anyway, so
Yeah.
good.
Says, okay, very well. Did at the university? Did you I'm only asking because I'm a former student myself. I studied there to master my natural gifts, and to get my license, of course. Did you? I don't know if you studied. Did you study under Jacob Ogalas?
Yeah, Jakob was the illusionist tutor.
Oh, I see. He's he's a good teacher. Taught me a few things within the within my sorcery expertise, but nothing as powerful as the things that he is actually capable of. I had to take a few classes in there just to master a few spells. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be allowed to practice my magic out in the open. Unfortunately, those thieves took my license trinket. So I guess any magic I do, I definitely have to do behind closed doors.
Surely you could apply for another.
I'd have to take the exam again, and you know exactly how hard that is, don't you?
Well, yes, if you've passed it once, then you know you've got the aptitude for it.
I guess. If you don't mind me asking, what is your trinket? What do you carry to say that you're a licensed magic user?
Well, on behest of you losing your own, I think it would be fairly unwise of me to reveal my secrets.
I mean, I guess. I'm absolutely not going to steal it from you if that's what you're worried about. But if you're wanting to keep it close to your chest, that's your business, friend. I think probably one of my next moves would definitely have to be heading back to an era to take the exam. I'm not. Yes, I'm not. I'm not a fool. I'm not going to get myself arrested. I don't want to be incarcerated again. Yes. And he just kind of sits back down. You can tell that he's kind of used up a bit of energy. You can tell that the kind of the sleep and then having the food, it's like he's had a bit of a burst, but then he's kind of sat back down. You can tell that he's not quite up to speed, but he's definitely getting there. We'll cut across to, at this point, Raljin, you go over and you knock on the door, and Korvax, you hear a knock on your door.
I'll answer it quickly just to make sure it doesn't wake Gareth up.
Hi. I hold up a small thing of sandwiches and be like, I brought breakfast.
Oh, thank you. Come in.
So I was talking.
I'll just shh, and I'll just kind of lead him over. So I've been sat in the chair. I've got a book open, and I'm just kind of there with Gareth.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my voice soft.
Process probably crushing one of the chairs.
I've spoken with the others, and we feel that we shouldn't delay any longer and finally get on the road to Ashen Oak. Once Ayla has his tattoo.
I think once we all have one, if that's what we want. I mean,
Yeah.
should be enough gems there. I mean, I imagine we're going to have to come clean to Bronwyn that we've got some of them, but we don't have to.
I don't really know what I want with that, so I'm in no rush.
Fair enough.
You don't have to.
You're not there.
Yeah, you're not there at the moment.
Sorry. Apologies, but you're right. You don't have to.
But I would really like to visit home, and I know you would really like to get there as well. So it's the afternoon. We should probably make a move to get these tattoos sorted out, and I don't think I have enough money to put us up in this hotel for another night. So we may be spending the night on the road.
That's not a bad thing. getting out and about again is probably what's needed. Get some distance between us and this place.
And what I said before, about following this up when you're ready, we'll back you up on that.
I'll just smile and thank you.
Anyway,
I'll just gesture over to the open book, and I'll pass it over when I'm done. I think you might like it.
Thanks. God, I miss my library.
Library?
Oh,
And
yeah.
kind of my ears are just gonna kind of swivel and.
We did I not tell you about this before? We kind of have a wing in the manor.
Wing. What? Oh, okay.
Why do I get the feeling this is almost like that scene in Beauty and the Beast where the Beast shows Belle the library?
How did I end up being Belle in this situation?
Yeah, the elf kind is the beast. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Oh, romantic.
Yeah, we have a library wing.
Oh.
There's a few rare tomes in there. I was never allowed to touch those, first editions and whatnot.
Oh,
But-
well, yeah, that sounds like it could be fun to relax there for a bit.
And I'll go get packed up, and you, I guess, I don't know, just rest up. And where do you want to meet? Do you want to?
Well, if you guys have got to go to the tattooist, if you could book me and Gareth in for maybe a late afternoon evening slot. I'm just going to look over at Gareth, and I imagine he's just snoring his head off right now.
Yep, maybe muttering blood.
Korvax.
Marshmallow bunny.
Korvax.
Hmm?
How badly would I be beaten if I painted a mustache on his face?
Very. Not now. He's been exceedingly kind. He didn't sleep last night. He watched over me.
Fair enough. We'll go and I'll. Okay, right.
I'm
Bye.
sure there'll be opportunities on the road. And if I'm asleep, I don't know anything about it. And I'm just going to smack.
Yeah, I head back to the others to say, okay, so Korvax and Gareth are going to stay here for a bit. Let's go and get Ayla his tattoo so I don't have to hear about it anymore.
Right. Okay. So
Love it.
I've just done a quick count up. I did while you guys were there, I did a quick roll and count up of exactly how much of the gems you managed to gather. So when you
I shoved loads of emeralds in my pockets, remember, as well as the thing.
Okay, I'll make note of that. In fact, I'll roll for that now because you just did it randomly. You managed to get 500 golds worth of emeralds in your pockets. So you got 4,000 gold worth of rubies, 2,700 golds worth of aquamarines. That's including what you already have, Korvax. You got... hang on 1 second, because I had the 500. So, 3,200 golds worth of emeralds. You got 1,300 gold of jade stones. And 1,900 golds worth of sapphires. So when you really quickly gathered all those up together, randomly rolled, and that's what you managed to get. You also got one one big diamond worth 1,000 gold,
Which we gave to Morwyn.
which you've given to Maureen.
Uh,
Yeah. So there was one big diamond in there as well. So that is a random roll. So I'm hoping you guys all have enough for what you need.
2,500, wasn't it?
So depending on what you want. So yeah,
Is
I mean,
that including the fact that I'd already got mine and Gareth's beforehand?
yeah. So I've
From the
counted
original
those.
loot.
I've counted those in that. So you'd already grabbed some, and I've just added Alar's on as well. So yeah, in total you have 2,700 aquamarine, 4,000 ruby, 3,200 emerald.
We needed 2,200 for the tattoo on that as well.
Yeah, 1,300 jade and 1,900 sapphire. So the sapphire is the one that you kind of fell short on with that. Or the jade as well. That's sapphire and jade you kind of fell short on with the rolls. So if you wanted extra of that, you may have to try do some trading and stuff.
Okay.
So
Not sure if Morwyn wanted a tattoo. I can't remember if he said.
Well, we've got some excess. We've got some excess emerald that we could maybe trade for other stuff.
I think we can retcon any tattoos Malrin wants once he's back.
Yeah, I will do that. So, I'm guessing. So we'll. What we got? I think the rest of there's not gonna. I don't think. Well, unless you guys start any fights, there's not going to be any battles likely happening in the session. It's going to be a bit of a finally getting your tattoos and probably getting back on. Probably getting on the road in this session. Fingers crossed for you guys. So. Yeah, they really are, fingers crossed. Right, okay, let me just try and find... Yes.
How far are we off leveling up? Because that was a brutal experience worth of session.
It was, actually.
I killed a lot of things with my hands and stuff. And
you did?
We lifted an elevator and we kept Korvax alive.
I will just check the calendar. Could someone do that, actually, while I'm doing this? Someone just check the calendar. Just let me know when you last leveled up, because... can't remember where your last one was.
I'm just thinking
it was the cave, I think, wasn't it? Dondon's death.
A lot's happened.
Was that the last level up?
I think so. I think you leveled us up just before the cave, didn't you?
I can't remember.
You did actually, yeah. Because you wanted us to go in.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, this might be.
I'm just thinking we've done a lot.
You have. So
we've survived a lot of nasty shit.
Bear with me. To be honest, I have.
Oh, there it is. Hang on. Sorry, I was looking at the calendar. I've just found it.
Shoot now, guys.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to go now.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. Are you? Sorry. Before you go, are you wanting a tattoo?
No, I'm gonna abstain from a tattoo.
Okay, no problem. Well, while the rest of them get their tattoos, then you can be reading.
We hit level 6 on the 4th of Sunder, Dracus, the 4th of Sunder.
Okay. If I can think of when that was.
I don't know when that is.
What event happened?
Travel to Mimic Colony.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh.
So
that's just a couple of days ago then.
Yeah. So
it is, but an awful lot's happened.
It is, but levels get further apart the higher you go, so it does take longer.
Fair enough.
For now, probably not tonight. But I do have another milestone coming up soon, so bear that in mind. And I have just given you. Absolutely. And I have just given you, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,000 golds worth of stuff.
Given us? We had to kill people for that. I had to run around in my undercrackers killing people with my bare hands to go and get it back.
And that's what that's what you do to level up.
Yeah, and it nearly killed me.
Absolutely.
Welcome to
So yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons.
it was only a few days ago. Yeah, that happened. Literally only 4 days ago, in game. I know a lot's
That's
happened
fine.
since then. I know. I'm trying to find the name of my tattoo artist and I can't find it.
Tim.
It's not Tim.
Tim
No, I
the
had a really good name for him as well.
Was
Timothy.
it Tattoo Tim, the temperamental tattooist? From
No, it's not
Timber Street?
Tattoo Tim, the temperamental tattooist. Although that is cool. Come on, where are you? I wrote it down
Temperamental.
somewhere.
You got to see what he's using before you let him jump.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's bloody find my thing. Anyway, you can, while I'm looking for it, is that where you're heading, to the tattooist?
Yes.
To Tattoo Tim, the temperamental tattooist?
Yes. Want to see what mood he's in before I let him do me first.
Do you?
Beg pardon?
And then I'll get a tattoo.
Oh dear. I'm really annoyed that I haven't found this. I really want to find this name. Not the Vicious Whisper. No, that was your villain. Blooming nuts. No. No, hang on. Listen on. No. No. Not there. No. Oh, hang on. Tattoo artist. There it is. Cactus Thistlemantle. Right. Okay. No, it's not Tim. So, who's going out to go and see Cactus Thistlemantles?
Assuming 8 hours have passed, I will.
8 hours
I'll
have
be-
not passed. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon when you went to sleep, Gareth. So 8 hours will have passed, in the evening for you. So your sleep patterns are going to be well out of whack.
You can't do more than one.
No, I'm a 4-hour rest then.
A 4-hour rest.
Yeah, so...
Okay, so we'll say other people can do stuff, and then it gets to just about 5 o'clock in the evening, and the streets are, not all the businesses are starting to sort of calm down at this point, and taverns and inns are starting to open up. There's some small betting going on like the dog races and some other novelty races that sort of go on at the Thistlenhorn racetrack, which sort of go on every so often, usually for charities and stuff like that happens. You are just my thing. There is, what day are we on? So on Mirror Sunder, which is 2 days from now, which you probably won't be here for it, there is actually going to be a special event on for the return of Mersomes. So there's a lot of preparations going on for that, in celebration of his return to office and the fact that he's alive. So yeah, you can. There's just lots of stuff going on. You head on through the streets of Thistlenhorn. You eventually get to the small tattoo shop. It's kind of like almost like got a Hawaiian hut kind of feel to it. A sturdy-looking thatched roof of a small building that sits in between stone buildings, but it's kind of got almost like a wooden aesthetic to it, and a very outdoorsy kind of feel. That kind of goes through with a small sort of like inside area. It's almost like a booth of where you would sit with a little chair in there to have your tattoos done. There's a gnome sat on the outside of this building. He's sitting on a chair, very much like Morin. He has a pipe that he's smoking from. He's kind of got is grey-skinned, with kind of like a flat dumply nose and like it's kind of like smallish beady eyes, a wide mouth that comes along with like a quite a chiseled jaw chin. His hair is very peculiar actually, because it's almost like that of a porcupine, the way it kind of spikes backwards, and it's very thin and bristly, but it looks like it's been styled to look quite spiky and porcupine-esque. He wears almost like a floral design to his clothes, but it's kind of torn at the sleeve. So he's looking like he's trying to make an attempt to look posh, but tough at the same time. He's got tattoos down his own arms, black inked, down both of his arms, and you can sort of see one that kind of creeps up his neck, and it's almost like a cliff that kind of goes around like a rock face, with waves crashing up the back of it, just going up his neck. As you approach, you're sort of sitting there. He's kind of got pictures up on the walls of different tattoos, dragon styles, a Kermit the Frog, like a screaming skull. Just lots of different, like, no, there's no Kermit the Frog, I'm jesting. Kermit the Frog here. And like like a tribal patterns and things like that. What would you like to do? He's just sort of sitting there. He's noticed you there, but he's not made any attempt to approach you. He's just kind of smoking his pipe. And he's got a book in his hand as well that he's just kind of like glancing over while he's having a smoke.
I'd like to have a chat with him. I'd like to say, greetings, sir. I was wondering if I could recommend my friends come here and frequent your shop and purchase some tattoos from you. Could we get some sort of concessionary deal, some sort of arrangement where we have a discount? Because I could see you doing quite a lot of business if I'm to bring my friends in here with me today.
He looks at you, he closes his book and like puts his pipe down on a little hole, and he goes, "Well, aren't you a little bit of a posh bugger then, aren't you? Hi, I'm Cactus. Pleased to meet you. I'm the tattoo artist here at this establishment, and if you want your friends to come here and get a tattoo, as long as they're not inebriated, I can do them a great deal. If they are inebriated, yeah, I can do the, I can charge them a little bit more because they don't know any better." So, what can I get you and your friends?
Well, I think
what are they looking
I'm
for?
after an emerald tattoo. Tattoo.
One for the
using
magical
emerald
tattoos, then, are you?
Yeah, oh yes.
Fantastic. And I do Australian, and then for some reason I go into Irish, but I'm going to keep trying for the Australian accent because he's Australian, because that's the strongness of his accent.
Both very good drinkers. Both excellent drinkers.
Are your friends? Are they with you?
They are in a hotel in this very town, and we are discussing where to get magical tattoos from. And I thought,
Whoa! Wait no further. You come here. You don't go to any of those other prissy establishments. No, I know that you came in here talking like you're a posh bugger, but I can tell you're tough, ain't you?
We're not
We've
that.
been
Well,
in
one
here
of us
before, Phil.
one of us
he
is
doesn't
quite
remember
posh,
you.
One of us is quite posh, but most of us are not posh.
I see. Well, you come here, you can get yourself some tattoos. You bring your friends, bring them over here. I've got my business is open all evening. Like I said, once the drunks start coming in, they start placing bets on how long people will last in the chair. And to be honest, I like to get in on it because I can tell the weak ones from the strong ones.
Right,
and you, my friend, you're a
gonna
strong
have
one.
Emerald tattoo, please. I don't know. I've never had a tattoo before.
You want me to do it right now for you?
Yes, please.
Have you got the emerald dust?
Yes.
Have you got the emerald dust?
No, we've got the emeralds.
So,
Yeah, we've got the emeralds.
you've got the emeralds. You don't have the emerald dust. So you say, "Oh yeah, I've got the emerald dust," and you bring out this bag of emeralds, and he says, "What do you expect me to do with them?" No. What I need, mate. What I need is for you to find yourself an alchemist that can crush these down into a dust for you. Then I can make your tattoo. Do I look like an alchemist?
No.
No, I look like a bastard that runs a tattoo shop, don't I? Yeah, exactly.
A very fine tattooist.
No. Just talk how it is, mate. I'm ugly as sin. I can't get a woman.
Okay,
right.
My good man. We'll be back shortly when we've been to the alchemist.
There's a really good alchemist in town. He goes by the name of Baxter Beakerbrook. Doesn't like me sending people his way because usually I send people there on a dare just to knock on his door. But just be nice to him, and he might be able to do you the job. He's a little bit antisocial though, so just be careful.
We've met Baxter. Thank you very much. We'll be back shortly.
Man, no problem. Look, I'll see you later tonight. Just get here before the sun goes down, because that's when the inebriated start coming in, and I don't know, I can't beat them off for you.
Right, I'm gonna rush. I'm gonna rush there and rush back.
So you rush over to Baxter's. You only have the emeralds, don't you? You don't have the others.
Well, if you're gonna wait, we'll all come with you.
I'm gonna go get the others and let them know of the situation, so
Okay.
we can do it as a team.
Okay. So you head on back to the hotel, and you let everyone know that you've got that you've been to see Baxter, and you need to go to see Baxter to get the dust. I'm going to, because of time, I'm going to sort of like, what's the word? Get you there quicker.
Rush.
Yeah, I'm going to rush it through. So I'll say that you go find everybody. You're going to head to Baxter's. You have a conversation with Baxter, he will create it. It doesn't take very long for him. He will sort out. He does. In the process, he will lose some of the value of the stones, though. So rather than having 3,200. You lose 100 gold worth of value. Well, basically, you lose 100 gold worth of value on each one of your stones. Okay. So, just so you know.
Okay.
So, so you now have. I mean, do you want the entirety, or do you just want what you need?
I think it's what we need, isn't it, team?
Yeah, just do what we need. I suppose it makes more sense doing it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, let me get my thing up.
I think mine was wisdom, if memory serves.
Yeah, so you needed aquamarine. So you needed...
Yeah, I thought it was turquoise.
No, for wisdom is jade.
Hang about. Let's have a look at the multi-class thing, because there's two ways I can do this. I need to just double check. Where's multi-class in the PhD? 110.
It's charisma. Aquamarine is charisma.
So it's because I think it's charisma and
strength.
Is it wisdom that I need? It's charisma and strength.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it would be charisma then that I need.
Yeah. So you've got aquamarine, 2,600 gold. Well, 2,700 gold worth of it. If you need 2,200. So if you give him 2,300 gold's worth of it, that means that you will have 500 left. You'll have 400 left.
Okay.
Of aquamarine. Okay. And
mine was emerald, Phil.
Emerald. So you're going to give him. What is it? Emerald. You need.
I wrote
2,200.
Yeah. So we have to give him 2,300.
You have to give him 2,300, which leaves you with 900 left.
Yeah.
So 900 emerald left.
I think Gareth wanted strength, didn't he? Was it?
Yeah. So you've got 4,000. You've got 4,000 of that. So if you give him 2,300, that leaves you with 1,700 of that left. Ruby.
What about everyone else? Does everyone else want a nice magical tattoo?
The ones that you've got left are you've got jade and sapphires left. You've got 1,300 of jade, which is for wisdom, and you've got but you'd need more, and you've got sapphires for intelligence, which is 1,000. You've got 1,900, but you need more.
But we have got an excess of some of the other gems, haven't we, which we could trade?
You can. Of course. I mean, it depends. Is Raljin getting a tattoo?
What's needed for dexterity?
Dexterity, you'd need emerald, which you have 900 of it left, but do some sweet talking to Baxter, and he might be able to do you a trade for some, because he does have excess of this sort of stuff.
It would be good, Raljin.
Yeah, come on, it'll be fun. Live a little.
You need one because you're going to be joining the slower goths.
Oh, better yet, think of it as a commemoration of everything we've been through so far.
Yeah, a family. It's a family. We'll have it in the same place, and it can be like a family thing.
Oh, I don't know about that. I've got a specific tattoo in a specific place in mind.
Oh, okay, no problem.
On his dick.
Is it? Yeah, I was gonna say. I was gonna say the same.
Well, considering I was going for dragon wings, I mean that would be an interesting aesthetic. I'm not going to lie.
Do a big pair of elephant ears.
Oh dear.
We've already got the trunk.
Oh dear. Baxter says, if you give me some of the jade or the sapphires, I can trade them for some rubies, for some emeralds. I apologize, and I can make it up enough for you if you want.
Well, I don't know whether I'll have a tattoo, but sure, it's nice to have the option, I suppose.
Okay. Right, guys. I will say I'll retcon it depending on which one. So, if Molrin wants a wisdom tattoo, we'll say you got rid of all the sapphires. If Molrin wants an intelligence tattoo, we'll say that you got rid of all the jade. And just do it that way.
Goes in, and he's like, I want a tattoo. I want a mustache and an M on my forehead.
No, he does not.
No, we can't do that to him.
A mustache. He's got a mustache. A magic twirly
Tattoo
mustache.
on his forehead.
What was that, Mike?
I don't think we'll get him back if we do that.
So we'll say. So we'll
Uh-uh.
say that you've now got 2 bags of emerald dust, so 2 times emerald. Don't forget there is also a gold cost to these. You need the dust, but there is also a gold cost to this. You have 1 bag of ruby dust, and you have 1 bag of aquamarine. And 1 bag of either jade or sapphires.
Okay.
What was the gold cost? Because he did tell us, and I don't recall off the top of my head.
The gold cost was 350 per tattoo.
Ah, shit.
Okay. We had loads.
Okay.
We had absolutely loads of gold before.
I have given you a lot of gold. You do have, so you've got no emerald left. We've got
a diamond.
You've got a diamond. You've got no emerald left. You've got no either aquamarine you've got no jade or sapphire. You've got 400 aquamarine. You've got 1,700 ruby and 1,000 diamond. And that's what you've got left. Because all your emerald's gone on that.
I'm going to have to take off because I have to be up early tomorrow.
Give us 5 minutes if we can get you a kick-ass tattoo, or do you want to think about what tattoo you want?
Well, Raljin's not sure he actually wants one. He's just got the dust, so he's got the option.
Okay, excellent. No problem. I was going to wrap this up in 5 minutes anyway. So, so we wrap up now, so we're not clunking it. So we'll start the next session with you guys finally getting your tattoos and then setting off for Ashenok.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what does that give
right?
you then? Is it what dex modifier does it give you?
It gives a +1. Hang on. So yeah, it's a
permanent +1, isn't it?
Yeah, permanent +1 to it. Not a +2. It's a permanent +1. Pardon?
Oh, I thought it was a permanent +2.
No, it's a permanent +1.
Right.
So yeah, to increase one ability score by 1 or gain resistance to a certain type of magic damage. So yeah, it's a permanent +1 to whichever.
Okay.
Okay, right. So, okay, I'll end the session there, and we will pick up the next time with you guys getting your tattoos, and then I get to think about what happens on the road to Ashenoke. Thank you very much for watching, anyone that did. I know we didn't get many viewers, but some people might come back and watch the second half of this, because the first half, unfortunately, was me not being able to be heard, unless you can read lips, which is great for those people that can do that. Right, guys, it's time for us to call it crits, and we will see you, any viewers that we might have, next time. Okay, time to call it crits. Roll on Tuesday.
Oh.
$421 gold pieces myself, 350 copper.
Okay, we're back on the stream because some people like to hang around for a little bit after 10 minutes afterwards to have a talk about what happened in the session, and I like to record that, which is great. So yeah, you have to get yourself some gold, aren't you guys, to get these tattoos?
Yeah, that's
Rob's
interesting.
gone. Bye,
We'll
Rob.
figure it out.
Well, I've got enough. I know for a fact I've got enough, and we've got loads of random stuff written down. Why don't we just, as someone just suggested, I think it might have been Corvax. Why don't we
not got some over gems we could just pawn for the money?
Yeah, we've got we've got
absolutely
loads of stuff.
You do have a lot of stuff. You might have to check your inventories, guys, because obviously I do write down stuff, but mine's scrawled across notes. You guys will have it all specific because
How long has passed since we went to the Mimic Town?
How long has it been since you went to the Mimic Town?
About 3 days. If that.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
Yeah,
actually, all that stuff that you ordered from the blacksmith should be ready.
Oh yeah.
So,
what did you order from the blacksmiths? I can't remember now.
I've got my new axe, and I've also got my gift for Corvax, and also my my shoulder pad, which will act as a sort of fallout bunker for Foreign.
Oh right, yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, to be honest, you whilst this is all gone, you can say that you've been and collected that if you like.
Right, yeah, I will have collected that.
Okay, so in the next session you can have those. So you can have that for free.
I now have justice once more.
Absolutely. Oh, me back.
Right.
Yeah, I better update the calendar actually. So.
Yeah. Rather than let the whole tattoo thing drag on and on, can we just say I've gone and had mine done, and I'll minus it out of my inventory because I've got the gold and I've got the dust.
Thing is, this is something with Cactus Thistlemane, it's something that Thistlemantle, sorry, it's something that I really want to roleplay. So
okay, fine. I'm just thinking I don't want to bore the pants off Raljin because I think he's not really that fussed with tattoos.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, like,
get a black dog.
Sorry.
I'm more sort of focusing on what the design would be.
Exactly.
So, for example, for you, I think it's the head of a black dog on a shoulder.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah, definitely.
So I think I'm going to go for what did you say? It was aquamarine or turquoise?
Aquamarine
for charisma.
Aquamarine. Yeah.
So I'm going to go for that. I think that would contrast quite well with Goblin Green. I'm going to go for a set of dragon wings across my shoulders.
Ooh. I did actually have. I had all the ideas written down because I think Gareth. Oh, here we are. Here the mighty black dog. Korvax the loyal antlers. Raljin the swift wolf. Mulrin the Wise, Snake. So we actually had some ideas. I mean, they don't have to stick to those. They were just ideas. I think they were floated. I think it was Gareth's ideas.
I
he was
think
floating them down.
Raljin would suit either a wolf or a cat. I think would suit Raljin really, really well. But obviously it's up to him if he gets one. Mulrin definitely a snake. I could see Mulrin getting like a snake up his arm. That'd be awesome.
I thought you were going to say something else then.
I mean, I think quite funny because Korvax is going to get the wings on his shoulders, apparently.
Yeah.
Whereas I decided that Gareth's was 2 dragon skulls on his shoulders. Because he's killed 2 dragons, according to him.
Yeah, according to him, yes.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, according to him, he's killed 2 dragons. He hasn't actually killed 2 dragons. I don't think he's killed any dragons. Which is hilarious.
Not strictly true. He killed a dracanoid or something like that.
A guard drake. He killed a guard drake.
No, he killed an undead dragon. The black undead dragon.
Oh yeah, you killed the undead dragon. Yes.
Dragon skulls. What was the Lynx? It was Lynx, the mimic killer, getting a tattoo. Probably not.
Probably not. I don't think you'd be able to get a cat to do the tattoo. Unfortunately, is for it going to get a tattoo? Yeah. Oh dear.
What, turn for it into some sort of weaponized being? More so than he is?
Oh dear. I know, that'd be awesome. I need to make sure that next session I don't have any microphone mishaps at all. Because
I'm not sure how you going to manage to do that unless you start the stream early for you and get us all in after.
Well, that's it. Well, I did that today, and do you know what I'd done? Because I was faffing around with this. Hang on.
Because I wanted to use this for the stream.
That's really good.
I'd added a new overlay to the to my thing, but I'd forgotten to add it to the battle map. So
when I changed it to the battle map, none of what I said after moving to the battle map actually was recorded. So anything that was right at the beginning was fine, but as soon as I switched over to the battle map, I hadn't put my voice mod thing onto it, so I didn't. None of it recorded, and that's like an hour and a half of me speaking not there.
Oh,
so
man,
that was, I know that was my fault. I will get it right in the end. I thought I'd got it right today, and so I was a bit gutted. So it was, just one of those moments where you think, is this working? And then I checked and it wasn't, and then I was like, oh shit. But yeah. So what did you think to this one? It's like Korvax.
Very echoey.
Yeah. But I don't know if you heard me saying it, because you didn't actually react to it. But when he mentioned about her soul burning in hell, I actually had this.
Oh, I heard that. Oh, I absolutely heard that.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you heard that. And Gareth was dragging you over the way.
I did mention that to Raljin.
Yeah. Gareth was dragging you away and talking over, so I didn't know if you heard it. So.
Oh no, I absolutely heard that.
Okay,
which is
good.
why I turned around to try and shank him in the face.
Korvax. Sorry.
That's just mean.
I mean, Phil, if you're worried about microphone problems, maybe don't use all these filters. That would seem to be what's causing the problems when you're playing around with them.
Are you trying to say that my filters are silly?
If I'm being honest, they don't really add much.
Huh.
I mean, we've had D&D for like years, and we just imitate voices, or if you just describe it with your ordinary voice.
I know,
I mean,
but I like to add some aesthetic onto it, and I've paid for it, so I wanted to use it.
There's the Yorkshireman.
Yeah.
I approve.
I wanted to add. Plus, me doing the demon voice last week was killing my throat, absolutely killing it. So I wanted to.
I just wanted to make it a bit
yeah,
better.
especially. Yeah, well, especially with potentially what's going on, you don't really want to bugger your throat up or anything.
Aggravate it at all.
But yeah, if it made some sort of effect, that's fine. As long as you guys enjoyed it. That's the thing about the stream is, it's great, but not a lot of people are watching it at the moment, so it's still just for us. So even though I was disappointed that it didn't record it, we were still having fun. We were still enjoying it, and that's what's important overall. No matter what happens, as long as we're still enjoying it, that's the biggie. So yeah. I actually really enjoyed this session. Like the lift and everything. That encounter was really good. It wasn't just you didn't just get in the lift and go up. There was an obstacle to overcome, which made it a little bit more intense, especially when Jan was throwing fireballs at the door and causing you to lose your grip. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was that was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, to be honest, Jan saved our ass in that.
I must admit, I thought we were going to drop everyone.
To be honest, I was
you'd
kind
rolled...
of worried about how that.
Go on. No, you go.
I was gonna say I was just really worried about kind of what was going to happen if they'd have come in, because it would have been interesting.
Well, that's it. If they come in, they're not pushovers. The Infernals, especially when you've got Infernal Assassins and the leader, who I worked. You guys didn't see, Jan saw. Especially when it comes to them, it's they're quite tough. They're the ones that these are the ones of the caliber that actually took out you, Elar. They did all that damage. So. Mm-hmm. Facing off against 25 of those would have been quite tough. So it was quite a good challenge to throw at you guys, and the odds were always kind of stacked in your favour, because, of course, Gareth was going to keep that elevator afloat, especially with the help from Elar rolling with advantage. But had you rolled an actual one and gone crashing down, you'd have lost time. You'd have taken damage during that. You'd have gone back into the fire that you guys that Raljin started on your way out. A lot of things could have added to that to make it more deadly for you guys. So there was a lot of real danger in that one. And obviously,
it was kind of our own making.
It was, yeah, absolutely. And I really enjoyed going backwards and forwards every turn. From Jan to you guys, because it made it feel like it was all happening at the same time, which was good. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a relatively quiet one from me tonight, I think.
Well, yes, but you were catatonic for a while, so.
Oh yeah. To be fair, Raljin did break me.
Raljin is obviously he's quite. He's got that sentimental side, hasn't he? He's very gentle with things, but likes to remind you of your humanity, I guess, or your goblinanity.
Humanity's overrated.
You need that in this group, though, because he sort of like brings us from one extreme back to the centre, doesn't he?
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to, because like I said, the next session I really want to get you guys out of Thistenhorn and moved on. I think you've got a good reason to get out now, because you know that the Infernals are there. So if the Infernals are there, sorry.
I thought we were just going to stay and start killing them. We burn on that main base.
You do sound very far away, Mike. We can't hear you. And you're gone.
Elon's dad's brigade was going to kill him off, possibly. At
least
in this town.
Aylar's dad, Bronwyn, he's already been doing his investigations into the Infernals. Opal Hearts was on his list of places to keep an eye on. So he's kind of taken control of the situation on there. He doesn't mind being in the crossfires of these because he's a powerful man, and the Infernals know better. You know what I mean? You don't pick off the big fish. Unless you absolutely have to. But you guys, you're not big fish. You guys can just be disappeared. They can make you just disappear, and no one will care. Whereas, if they take out a man like Sir Bronwyn, they're going to aggravate the wrong people, and that could upset their underground operations. So, you guys, you're not big fish, not to them anyway. So taking you out isn't going to be it's no skin off their nose, to be honest.
We've got to be on Serenity.
Sorry, Mike?
I think we've got to be on Serenity.
Still didn't hear you.
I assume we have to be on Serenity's hit list.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're definitely on Serenity's hit list, yes. But Serenity doesn't, she's not an Infernal. She's not part of Baelor's Infernal. She was just using them for something. That you will gather from the letter that she left, that she'd written. Where she was basically using them to transport a lot of gems, which you now have in your possession, or most of in your possession.
Not anymore.
No,
We're
not
getting
anymore.
shut of those.
Not anymore. So yeah, she's. Sorry, say that again, Mike.
She's going to come back to us. So like, where are the gems? So we're like, we made them into tattoos, and the rest we snort.
Oh dear.
I mean, she already hates us. I mean, we did try and throw her into a gorge and kill her, and she's got cause to really hate us. To be fair, we killed her dad.
Yeah. She killed yours. It's kind of tit for tat, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Bitch deserved it.
But her dad did leave her to die, so
Well, yeah.
Her dad didn't care whether you guys killed her or not. He just like, well, your purpose has been used for this point.
To be fair, if memory serves, he had he was following her on the with the Ironstone, wasn't he?
Yes, he was using her as the anchor for because the Ironstone you have to concentrate on. It links to someone who you are close to, someone you care about, someone you have a bond with. So when he was seeing the future, or when he was perceiving and using the foresight, he was using her as the anchor, and he he
managed to cheat death.
All he'd said was when she was locked behind there, he said, "You are fulfilling your purpose," and that was it. You then, when you read the letter that she'd left for Balzan, it said, and I quote, "These gems are absolutely vital for my ascension, so see to it that they are transported discreetly and safely."
Well, yeah, I don't think Raljin shared that with us yet, though.
I thought he did. I thought he read it out loud.
I don't know. I was under the impression he'd kept that quiet.
Well, I'll ask him next time, and we'll see. Or I will watch the episode back, assuming my microphone was working at the time. I'm going to have a thingy with it tomorrow and see if I can. I do a lot of recording tests with it, you see, but I know exactly what went wrong this time, which is the annoying part. That's the really annoying part, is that I know what went wrong. I know what I did, and yeah, it's annoying. Right, I'm going to stop the stream now, so I will. I'm just going to do my last goodbyes. Thank you for watching. Anyone that might have done. We're going to call it quits, and let's roll on Tuesday.
No, I'm saying that, guys.
Hang on.